And today we are going to be playing some Love and Deepspace. I'm waiting for these to actually connect. What is going on by the stream? There we go. We are working now.
I'll be there soon.
Right, we're gonna go into the main story. We're gonna stream until about 9:30 tonight, the usual time. What? Oh goodness. Sunday breeze covered the plaza and dust particles float in the seawater. The currents are dispersed. Or we'll finish, if we finish the story earlier, then we can finish the stream earlier, but it depends. The immobilized old man stands in the center, his cloudy eyes become clear. His consciousness, it's slowly returning. He shuffles towards us, the remaining sand on his body falling with each step.
It's his quintessence's power. His quintessence.
We know each other?
The man approaches Raphael, his clothes slightly ruffling. Then he suddenly performs a deep, respectful bow.
Amund, Lemurian elder, guardian of Whalefall City. I've been waiting for the return of the sea god.
His gaze becomes unclear when Whalefall City is mentioned. The spear in his hand trembles violently, as if triggered by a reflex. It supports him as he stands.
Outsiders are forbidden from setting foot in Whalefall City.
Amund, does that name mean anything to you?
At least he doesn't seem to be our enemy. This is just a guess, but he's been here for too long. He won't have a clear mind anytime soon.
Raphael circles Amund and helps him brush off the stone fragments from his body.
Amund, you said the sea god told you to stay here? His quintessence's orders?
Amund slowly recognizes Raphael's voice and gradually regains his composure.
Tens of millions of years ago, the sky and sea were inverted, and Whalefall was revived. Lemuria was about to reach its true fate. But his quintessence refused to accept. The sea god couldn't bear to lose the most precious. Most precious.
He's unable to finish his story. His gaze sweeps across the plaza before he slowly moves towards the temple. Raphael and I exchange a glance and follow him. The temple's massive stone doors are wrapped in seaweed, their original appearance no longer visible. Amund walks to the temple entrance laboriously, raises both hands and places them on the stone doors.
The flame. The sea god incinerated his divine power in exchange.
The fire.
For some reason, a strange warmth wells up in my chest. It's as if a fragment of that flame is quietly burning within my heart.
His quintessence hid Whalefall City within Deepspace's rifts. Time ceased to flow, life never decayed, and everything became eternal. But the world's flames and all that exists will eventually be extinguished. Only when the sea god sacrifices everything once more to ignite the alcove's flame. Then, his quintessence and Whalefall City will return. They shall return to where it all began.
Amund's words falter for a moment and his gaze moves to me before returning to Raphael.
Whalefall City will respond to its true ruler.
The sound of an engine that doesn't belong to Waleful City stirs up in the seawater. Raphael turns towards the waters beyond the temple, his gaze increasingly sharp.
Before that happens, this place might need a few sacrifices.
Following Raphael's gaze, I look towards Waleful City outskirts. Several massive submarines are approaching us.
The fish have swum into our net.
Raphael steps forward and positions himself in front of me and Armand. Flames ignite from his palm and they transform into fiery threads that spread outside the temple.
Don't let their blood defile this place.
The submarines speed through the water outside as sunlight dims. They already entered the mesopelagic zone, I think. With visibility obscured, the submarines activate sonar navigation as they advance.
The sonar has detected underwater structures. Could it be Whalefall City?
We've been following that vessel this whole time. We can't be wrong.
After marking the coordinates, the submarines head towards the structures and descend into the pitch black oh gosh, can't read that. Suddenly, ethereal singing resounds from the ocean's depths, as if it's guiding lost travelers to their destination. The flat seabed gives way to a cliff. A strange glow emanates from its base. The submarines travel to the cliff's edge and cross an underwater valley. Their passengers see the source of the mysterious glow. It's a dreamlike, magnificent city. Giant pearls adorn stone carvings, gold and silver threads entwine the city's pillars, and large roads paved in jade stretch endlessly. Everyone rushes to crowd around the portholes in awe. They exclaim upon seeing the magnificent city.
That must be Whalefall City. I heard it's filled with countless treasures. It definitely hasn't disappointed us.
The submarine's cargo capacity is limited. It'll take some time to transport everything back.
Cheers erupt throughout the submarine, but no one notices they've already veered off course. When the city dissolves into a mirage in the water, an alarm blares. That's when these greedy souls realize something is wrong.
What's going on? Who changed our course?
It's not that. Our coordinates have changed.
We've lost control. The submarine is... Huh?
The seabed rises as towering rock walls erupt from the ground and encircle the submarine. The figure of a young man stands on the cliff, solemn and majestic, like a god of the sea. He looks down from afar. His expression is seemingly compassionate and indifferent. The Lemurian court has finally received its overdue sinners. Ooh, I like that. Well, the wording. Also, I don't like Gaia Biotech, so bye. The singing ceases at the climax, and the intruders' minds are momentarily disorientated, but they soon come to their senses. Raphael.
They'll offer their mortal remains to the Lemurian court. After today, those whose hands are stained with Lemurian blood will vanish from this world forever.
Without the ethereal singing, the bottom of the valley once again becomes chaotic and murky. The intruders' survival instincts make them crawl on the ground in contorted pose. I think the one thing I really like about Raphael's character is he is, like, people do, like, be like, oh, mischaracterize him as being, like, the soft and goofy kind of silly thing. But he is dangerous. Like, with anyone besides MC, he is, like, dangerous when he's on his revenge quest. It is, like, yikes. But Raphael doesn't spare these people a glance. His gaze is fixed on a place far away from the cliff. It's as if he's trying to peer through time's veil to witness a past that's been buried. Because if you see how he reacts to anybody that isn't MC, like to like Ever, or like especially how he reacts to like the people trying to hurt the Lemurians, which is understandable, honestly, is that he has no sympathy a lot of the time. Like, he is not looking at them. He's like, nope. Not sparing any sympathy.
It's coming to an end.
The barely perceptible tremor, meanwhile, some of the intruders finally regain consciousness. Still unaware of where they are, they frantically grab their weapons.
Where are we? Forget about that. Just take them out.
Oh goodness! When Raphael raises his hand, flames engulf the gun barrels. The researchers cry out in pain as they burn. This is what I mean by Raphael is like terrifying. I'd say sometimes even more terrifying than like Silas in some cases. More weapons are dismantled by fire as Raphael silently observes them. Even so, he has yet to bring his ballad of vengeance to its final point. Because if you compare it to Xavier in the last chapter, Xavier with Soren was like, hey, you can tell me, or like, you know, I kill you, basically. You can surrender or I kill you. Raphael does not give people that grace or chance. Which, again, with Gaia Biotech and, like, Ever, understandable. Ever, unlike the people who hurt Lemurians, like, he only cares about Lemurian people, which is understandable. And I think, I don't know how he would read any other, like, person, apart from, like, MC. But I don't think very positively does he with, like, humans and that, with the experiences that he has had. More weapons are dismantled by fire as Raphael silently observes them. Even so, he has yet to bring his ballad of vengeance to its final moment. More people are regaining consciousness. The rising flames keep me protected, while I tightly hold Raphael's hand. I can't rush him, and I don't want to. It's his right to decide when and how to end this bloody history that spanned more than a decade. The rock wall fractures, its cracks of various sizes. It can't support us anymore. Raphael brings me to a protruding rock near the seabed, but it won't last long. The sniper rifle hidden behind a stone pillar emits smoke as a bullet heads straight for Raphael. It centers the meters away from striking his chest, but the metal bullet is intercepted by flames. It explodes into a small ball of fire. I don't know if this is as powerful we have seen. I think this may be, apart from Sea God, like Raphael in the Mist, I think this is where we've seen him at his most powerful. Beg me if I'm wrong here, but I may be wrong, but I think definitely in the main story this is the most powerful we've seen Raphael. And I'm glad we're getting more of like this side. Don't get me wrong, I love the silly, goofy, flirty artist Raphael part, but I also really love the more complex, like, revenge, darker sides as well. Like, Raphael is such a duality to him that I absolutely adore in his character. It sets us away. That attack pauses, and I use this chance to pull out my gun and kill the sniper.
You...
Yeah, I forgot to change the nicknames to the Chinese one. I was trying something out. I forgot to change the nicknames. It's okay, I'll be fine. You can... I know you're not hesitating. What you can't let go of is that part of your past, your people who aren't here anymore. I'll stay with you until you decide to end this. And I think the revenge part of Raphael is so real as well. People who have experienced like war and things like that. Like, there is such a real part of that, even though Raphael is like a sea god, that part isn't real, but you know, the mentality behind like revenge for people that have been hurt is very real. It's a very real part. I'll stay with you until you decide to end this. The ground beneath our feet violently shakes as energy fluctuations manifest from various corners. It's a sonar weapon that specializes in killing the Lemurians. Every wall trembles with a invisible force. It sends dust and rock fragments flying. I use my evil to target the focal point of the metaflux, but he stops me.
You've stayed by my side long enough. I'll take care of the rest.
Oh no! What are you doing? What are you gonna do?
The weapon isn't working. That's impossible. Increase the firepower. It already hit its limit. Where's the suppressive fire from our flanks?
Look, they're panicking. They're like, oh my gosh, no! He steps forward and raises his hand in spite of the hail of bullets and thunderous vibrations. Fire smites his opponents like a divine punishment. The massive metal container crashes as fear and rage fill the air. Seemingly realizing the true power of the man standing before them, several gun barrels rise in unison.
Whalefall Acropolis was a wonderful place. It was nowhere near as magnificent and spacious as the royal capital, but it was worthy of being called our home.
The thing is, when it comes to like Ever, I don't know if it's Ever or like the ones that have destroyed like Whalefall Acropolis, but they have like destroyed like people in general, like how he sees it, have destroyed like not only Lemuria itself, but also like Whalefall Acropolis. Now they're trying to come after like everything, like have hurt and Ever like hurt and experimented on Lemurians. He's like, nah, I ain't taking this anymore. No one fires. The intruders exchange bewildered glances as if they don't believe the sea god will grant them mercy. No, he won't.
I promised them that I'd find Whalefall City. I said I'd bring them back here. We'd live together. In these waters, we'd laugh and sing. I didn't make a vow to merely bring back their souls.
Oh, I gotta save that. Oh, the VA is cooking. Raphael lowers his gaze to deliver the sea god's ultimate judgment.
The lives that were lost here shall be repaid with blood. It's been over a decade. I will end this once and for all.
Oh. Fierce flames rise from the rock walls as distant tides roar like thunder. Terrified, everyone looks around. It's as if an invisible blade of judgment is hanging over their heads. Countless mist-like shadows surround the rock walls. They resemble floating specks of light above Whalefall City as they coalesce into ethereal spirits. Naturally formless, they slowly gather towards the center, yet I can make out their blurry figures. The flames submerged towards the seabed are extinguished. It's as if they're afraid of harming the shadows. This is... Raphael doesn't reply. His gaze doesn't leave the seabed's center. Singing grows more powerful as the shadows close in. The loaded weapons fall to the ground once more. Greed and delusion return Greed and delusions return to the invaders. An eerie stillness permeates the seabed as the shadows suddenly turn around.
You always said you'd bring us to Whalefall City. I thought you were bragging. You did it. You actually brought us back home.
Raphael, you don't need me to cover for you when you sneak off to the shore anymore, right? Wait, you must be living on the surface already.
The maestro tattled to Her Majesty on the day you went to the surface, saying you skipped class again. I wish I could attend the maestro's classes again.
Has Aiden grown taller? Now that I'm gone, I wonder where he goes when he skips class. Please deliver a message for me next time you see him. Whalefall City isn't that exciting. It's nowhere near as good as life on land. Tell him to take his time coming back.
Oh. I hold Raphael's hand. I can still feel the subtle trembling in his palm.
It's you.
You still look the same as you did when you snuck off to the shore. But you've grown up. You resemble the sea god more than I had expected.
Oh, is that his father? His hand suddenly tightens as the band's spirit stirs. Raphael's emotions. Another shadow appears and stands shoulder to shoulder with him. In the blink of an eye, the shadows draw near. It slowly raises that appears to be an arm made of swirling light and darkness. The trembling in his hands grows more intense. Raphael suddenly wants to grasp that shadow, but he's unable to touch it, and his hand remains suspended in midair. Across time's vastness, across the boundary of life and death, their hands gently overlap.
These are hands that should hold paintbrushes. Hatred and bloodshed should never stain them. Go now, my dear boy. Go to where you truly belong. No matter where life takes you, I hope you can find happiness.
The mist-like figures approach Raphael one by one. Smiling, they wave goodbye and gather once more around the invaders. The singing around them suddenly becomes ethereal and otherworldly. It's like most distant of whale songs from the ocean's depths. Frenzied invaders gradually quiet down, their facial features twisting into bizarre shapes. They pick up broken stones and sand from the ground and stuff every pocket to the brim. The singing reaches a crescendo as the Lemurian souls encircle them. They're like deep-sea predators about to strike. Oh, a bloody mist surges, and the song as invisible fangs pierce the throat of every intruder. Oh my invader, oh my goodness. Greed and blood congeal into a foul trickle. Oh, that is terrifying. They flow beneath the spirit's feet that never touch the ground. That is terrifying. The screams reverberate throughout the court for what feels like an eternity. Amid ceaseless song, I can't see Raphael's expression. I only sense that his gaze remains fixed on a single place for a long time. When the melody is about to end, only then does he take my hand and suddenly lead me away. And he gives a deep bow to the chaotic ocean floor, filled with devastation and laments. Oh, poor boy. Leaving the court and following Amun's guidance, I silently approach Raphael. Our fingers intertwine. He silently takes my hand. Is it okay to let them deal with Gaia Biotech's people?
They've been waiting for this day for a long time.
His fingers tightened around mine. The ring that summons the conch vessel leaves a mark between our knuckles.
This ring, when I was little, I used to sneak off with it. I always played with it. The queen told me it belonged to the sea god. When I grew up, she'd give it to me herself.
You and the queen?
She's Talia's older sister, and the one who raised me. My mother.
Aww. My chest feels like it's stuffed with damp cotton. It tightens and aches, and I sense a heavy weight. Before I can even speak, he seems to have already guessed what I'm thinking. Raphael continues, turning his face slightly to reveal a smile tinged with
Back
relief.
when I didn't understand what being the sea god meant, the king and queen told me it was a beautiful aspiration. That's why I could play with the Lemurian children who were around my age, get punished by the king when I caused trouble, and be teased by my friends. Everything in Whalefall Acropolis was as free as the ocean. Until that day.
Before our eyes, red sea water seems to emerge, then it slowly fades away with the song. The water returns to its original clarity. Oh gosh! The scattered memories from Raphael's past merge into a complete picture. Actually, hearing you talk about that makes me glad. You had so many people by your side, they worried for you and loved you. At the very least, you once had a happy
Then
childhood.
it was my turn to be their guardian. Even though most of them are gone now, I still need to bring them home.
As I climb up another step, I tighten my grip on his hand. You weren't alone in the past, and you won't be in the future. As if in response, the ring presses a deeper mark into our fingers.
Without Whalefall City, the spirits of deceased Lemurians can only drift endlessly across the sea. I often think that if their souls could truly return, then maybe they wouldn't be lonely anymore.
Following the staircase along the side of the temple, we ascend and reach the highest point. I don't believe that making those people pay with their lives can balance out the sins they've committed, but it might be the only way for everyone to find peace. You can also say goodbye to that past.
Why are you crying first?
I'm not. You're just seeing a reflection from the glass. He stops and gently raises his hand to wipe my tears.
You've witnessed the curtain call. Let's go. It's time to return Whalefall City to where it belongs. When the time comes, we'll welcome its arrival together.
The song has ended. Raphael takes my hand and leads me to the balcony. It culminates these years of seeking and waiting to create our song's final fermata. Can't read. I can, but dyslexia. Oh, I'm so sad. Gosh, the fang thing was terrifying. I was like, oh. Alright, we'll do a BRB real quick. And I will go, I need to go get my juice. We are back in our little Lemurian bin. Let's continue, girlies and boys and ladies. The massive stone doors of the sea god's temple respond to their ruler's call. They slowly part when Raphael raises his hand. Pardon me. Streams of light flow across the stone engravings, following Raphael's gaze. I see an empty alcove in the wall. Is something wrong?
It's nothing. I just wanted to take a good look at this place before saying goodbye.
Flames appear at Raphael's fingertips like a flammula. They swim in the air. A fire is briefly ignited inside the alcove. It's similar to a dim, everlasting sun. As Amun said, the sea god's divine power can return the flame to this temple. Light pulses with Raphael's breathing. It envelops the sea god's temple. The flame in the alcove surges with a more magnificent energy. The scattered specks of light in Wellfall City dance with renewed vigor. They descend onto the rooftops, streets, and plazas, as if welcoming the imminent journey home. Wellfall City is responding to you, Raphael.
All the Lemurian souls who were lost in the sea have returned.
Yay!
It's time to send Whalefall City on its way and let them find peace.
Oh. Come on, game. Come on, all to it. Sensing the source of that power, I take a step, firmly grasp Raphael's hand. Meeting his slightly surprised gaze, I extend our clasped hands towards the alcove. We face the fire. I told you before, I won't let you be alone. I activate my Evolve following those fragmented memories. The flame burns more brightly as power surges. As the only follower of the sea god, I offer him the power of my devotion, my sincerest form of worship. He pulls me closer as the stained glass windows cast jewel-like colours onto the dust-covered altar before us.
Is this a new promise?
Yes, but there won't be any reason to forget this time. Oh, my heart trembles with the vibrating stone slabs beneath my feet. I gaze at the changing dome above and channel my Evolve. A strange energy is transmitted back from the distant waters above. Raphael and I exchange a glance. We can see the same message in each other's gaze. The protocol is a protocol power source.
It seems the reinforcements arrived sooner than I anticipated.
Oh no. We need to
Let's
hurry.
seal away everything from the past.
Mom. Oh hell yeah, let's go. The flames in the walls niches roar upward. Water violently churns. An invisible force seems to be waging a tug of war between the city and the deep sea. The temple's walls emit deep, mournful groans. They resist, yet also yield.
With the sea god's power as a sacrifice, ride the opposing tides, and return to the fathomless abyss.
Let's go! Flames gather and solidify in his palms as the ocean is plunged into chaos and darkness. The metaflux erupts in successive explosions, each vanishes immediately after, yet they continue to appear in an endless stream. Damn it.
Ignore them. First we...
The flames that have yet leapt from their sacred spots begin to tremble, their intensity unexpectedly weakens. As the source of this power, Raphael has tightly closed his eyes. He looks unnaturally pale. What's happening? There's something wrong with the flow. Raphael?
I'm fine.
You're not fine, bro. It's because of those...
No. This is a price that must be paid to demand a perfect outcome from the sea. You must willingly pay the most painful price.
No, no, don't die. Please don't die. No.
But compared to letting Whalefall City fall into those people's hands, this pain is nothing.
Only when the sea god sacrifices everything to ignite the flame in the alcove can the sea god and Whalefall City return. I finally understood what Almond meant. You, the temple, have to...
Don't worry. I can make it. Leave.
Raphael! No, buddy. There must be another way. There has to be. I adjust my breathing and use my evil to resonate with Raphael. I attempt to push his power to its limits. Keep feeling warm and cold and warm and cold. Again. Oh, come on, MC. Come on, girl. Again. Alright. We have to do it another time. Each release fails to move Whalefall City, but these repeated attempts allow me to sense an invisible tether that's pulling Raphael into a rift of nothingness.
They mistook the sea's tolerance for submission and forgot about its cruelty. But I remember, and I will reclaim this forgotten power.
Our futile attempts will drain his energy. Armand's words resound in my ears like a tsunami. Is it possible that Raphael, with the complete power of the Tome of the Sea God?
Only those who have a bond with the sea god can awaken the tome.
Hell yes! Are we gonna get the sea god book? Come on. When the thought forms in my mind, the flame in the alcove suddenly surges and trembles. Raphael seems to sense what I'm about to do.
No. Using the tome's power can only... with the temple.
I can sense it. With just a single page, part of Raphael has already become one with the sea god's temple, indistinguishably, inseparably, even his heartbeat with the flame's rhythm.
Try again.
As the flames rise to gather heights, colours fade from the scales on Raphael's neck. Like ash left behind by flame, it slowly begins... it's slowly being devoured from the tip. The beautiful hues vanish as quickly as the most brilliant firework. Waiting to stop it, I rush forward, but I can only helplessly watch them fade. His tail turns ashen and lifeless in the blink of an eye. We can't wait anymore. What did Raphael do back then? A pain rises in my fingertips. With that memory, I clench my fist and invoke our covenant. The dagger materializes in response to the summon. I take it from Raphael's hand and press it into our hand. Our blood merges, and the warm fluid falls from our clasped hands, it lands on the altar. I close my eyes and let light and sound sink into the sea. Oh. In the distant waters, belonging to Lincoln City's southeastern region, a sea churns without the wind. Terrifying giant waves rise. At the center of an almost abandoned private island, red lights flicker in the sphere-like blue hole. Then they quickly vanish into the depths. In some overlooked coastal mudflats, shorelines, and even the middle of oceans, seawater bubbles like boiling foam. They surge and subside. Everybody of seawater on this planet, every single drop shares one mission. The sea must rise, gentle waves, furious waves, waves powerful enough to shatter everything. They surge from the sea's surface and ocean's depths. They rush in the same direction. Goodness gracious. Flames emerge from the blood, beginning as small, warm embers. They spread out with great speed. The temple is engulfed in a fiery vortex. Oh no, my poor boy, what's happening? The colonnades and stone structures transform into ghostly silhouettes. Thank you. The seawater loses its natural hue and evaporates into mist before being infused with countless golden runes. I sense violent tremors in the distance. Suppressed power splits mountains and levels seabed. They traverse thousands upon thousands of miles, tearing through countless space-time rifts. They surge to the seawater above the temple. They flow toward their sea god. Oh my goodness. Ah! He's back! Yes, let's go. I've been waiting. Raphael. Its grip on my hand tightens. I can feel him tremble as that immersive power flows into his body. The power in his palm is no longer a calm sea. It now screeches like thunder. It roars as it engulfs everything in its path. Meanwhile, the fire in the alcove insatiably devours the sea god's divine power. Raphael sways slightly, relying on his pale, deteriorating tail for support. The power is sufficient to move Whalefall City, yet the owner of this power has merged with the sea god's temple. You can see like the little scales there. He is not doing well. I strain to stand on my tiptoes and I hold his hand. Raphael. The sensation in my palm grows increasingly faint. It's akin to dissolving sea foam. My hand passes through Raphael's fingertips several times. Yet, this last remaining connection only makes Raphael hold on to me more tightly.
Don't let go.
You can't keep pushing yourself. If this continues, you'll be completely drained.
Did you forget? The sea god can't die.
But even gods can fall. You can't. Oh. Trembling fingers brush against my eyelashes. I knew tears could quickly cool underwater.
Letting me go just like that? Didn't you make a promise to never leave me alone? You already changed your mind?
We have a covenant between us. If I call for you again, maybe you'll... I want to finish this life, but it's as if something is choking me. All I can do is look into Raphael's eyes.
If you want me to leave, then come with me.
flame in Raphael's palms dims as the sea god is about to return to his temple.
Just kidding. How could a sea god ever make a wish to his follower?
Oh my good info! I hate you for this. Strange noises belonging to submersiles are above the spire. As they move in, I can almost hear Misfortune's bell toll. I suppress the trembling in my arm and press my hand against his chest. Under my palm is his heart. Oh girl, what are you doing? It responds to me without any barriers. I can command him to do anything. Do not. I feel as though a blade is slicing my throat when I force myself to speak. I almost want to believe that talking more slowly could give us a little more time. Raphael, you and Wailful City must leave. Oh no, girl. Girl, why? Powerful forces threaten to tear everything apart. Make peace return. Massive waves subside and boiling sea grows still. The final strand of golden light wraps itself around Raphael's finger as roaring seawater recedes into the abyss. Oh no. Oh. He bends down to embrace me, he can no longer define
On
fate.
an ordinary weekend, an idle afternoon, or a meaningless, normal day.
Stop, why is
If
it
you
always
want to
these
see
ones
me
that
again,
cry?
you'll have to wait a very, very long time.
Oh. I'll wait as long as it takes. With great effort, I hug him and look over his shoulder one last time at the dancing firelight that in the wolf's niche. Raphael, you don't have a whale ash lamp. Take our covenant with you on your journey. What matters is that you stay safe. Oh, for goodness sake, girl, why? Oh, shut the hell up. How long will you be gone?
It's hard to say. Maybe it'll be a year or two, a century or more. Perhaps even longer than that. Don't worry. Even after I'm gone, you and Ramira will survive. This is a god's promise to you.
No. Why can't you? God just be happy. Why can't the fish just be happy? The gloomy ocean floor has lost its only source of light. A barren seabed filled with swirling sand and sediment remains. The invaders' submarines have nowhere to go. They suspend in empty vastness of the deep sea. The prize they had devoted everything to plundering has vanished into the cracks of space-time forever. Hope you got what you wanted, you idiots! Not a single word remains, no traces are left. It's as if the entire city has a magnificent illusion crafted by the sea god himself.
The sea god's wish. It hasn't changed, and it will never change.
Oh. I open my mouth, but my words and thoughts transform into silvery white foam and drift away with the ocean's currents towards an invisible horizon. Oh no. Raphael. Goodbye. Oh. Oh, don't end the chapter like that. I'm so glad there's more to this. But oh my gosh. Why? Oh. Melodious flute music and whale sounds urge me to regain consciousness as I struggle to wake up from a darkness that's deep as the ocean. The harsh sunlight stings my eyes. It's impossible to open them. Waves gently lap against my back when I realise I'm lying on the beach. I don't feel any pain, so I probably haven't been injured. I recall the sudden shift in the current before I was about to drown. Raphael, he changed the tides as he left and brought me to shore. The tremors from resonating too many times still course through my veins. Pain explodes in my chest and spreads through my fingertips. Memories of my farewell to Raphael play chaotically in my mind. It's like the scene from a movie have been cut into pieces and haphazardly reassembled. I cough up a mouthful of seawater and struggle to push myself up, but I repeatedly fall back into the waves. The seawater has reached my mouth and nose. The tide is coming in. If I stay here any longer, I might drown. I forcibly push aside these churning emotions and try to forget those persistent images from my mind. I need to find a safe space first. I can't fall here. I struggle to my feet again and again, only to fall back into the waves. Accompanied by shouts, the sound of several footsteps reach the beach. Help me. When I wake up again, I'm told that the old butler rescued me. When my body has no serious injuries, I'm still weak and need to quietly recover. The Gaia Biotech researchers withdraw from Wave Chaser Island. Their massive vessels leave the harbour as if they were never there. With the departure of Whalefall City, the Lemurians on Wave Chaser Island fall into a prolonged state of melancholy. So the souls didn't even get to go back to Whalefall City. Oh, that sucks. During my recovery, many Lemurians visit me, cautiously inquiring about Raphael's whereabouts. I desperately try to remember, but whenever I approach the door, locking away my memories, a sharp pain stabs my mind. It grows more intense no matter what I do. Oh. Eventually my brain does its best to defend me. It wraps chains around the door and seals it to ensure I never push it open again. I have no choice but to give up. Wearing a blank expression, I gently deflect their questions by explaining that I need to rest. The magnetic field anomaly on Whale Chaser Island is gone, and I focus on resting to the point of being almost obsessed. I make a full recovery in record time to secure my discharge papers. On the day of my discharge, a nurse enters my hospital room for a morning checkup. I close my eyes in response to daylight flooding in. I don't like this. The figure of a nurse appears and approaches me with a forehead thermometer. I'm being discharged at noon today? Do you still need to take my temperature?
This is the last checkup.
No!
Please cooperate with us.
No. Y'all. Leave her alone. It's like one after another. Leave this poor girl alone. Although her tone and enunciation are convincing, I still sense that she's not the nurse who's been taking care of me. That voice, I've heard it somewhere before. Then I realize why it sounds familiar. I've seen her before. She quickly appears in my memories.
It's a shame we're seeing each other again when you're in such a pitiful state. Who I am doesn't matter. The real question is, who are
Was
you?
this back in Homecoming? I think it was. Or was it Death and Rebirth? I can't remember. It was Death and Rebirth. It's you. Seeing my calm reaction and no signs of any potential counterback, The nurse stops 2 steps away from my bedside.
Aren't you afraid I might do something?
Yeah, no, get out. She needs to get out. She takes off the nurse's cap and lets her wild curly hair cascade. She seems nonchalant, but her gaze remains vigilant. If you want to kill me, you would have done it while I was unconscious. Why did you choose the day when I'd be discharged from the hospital? The mysterious woman is momentarily stunned, her shoulders drooping as her eyes reveal a sense of defeat.
You're spoiling the fun. My meticulously crafted script isn't entertaining anymore.
I'm having so much fun. Shush. I hate this woman. I hold out my hand and beckon her to come closer. I need to read the script first before I decide whether or not I want to accept a role. The mysterious woman's slight smile appears as she approaches the hospital bed. Her fingers brush against my wrist. The hunter's watch activates and projects a faintly glowing hologram. She taps the screen and brings up a menu. Coordinates are embedded into the map and pulsate on the screen. The mysterious woman turns off the hunter's watch. What was that?
A treasure that can only be unlocked with a key. You're strong enough to withstand these unknowns. Everything you want to know is there.
Excuse me, huh?
Your actual nurse will be here soon. Remember to tell her your temperature.
I am so confused. She picks up the forehead thermometer, presses it against my forehead, and pushes the button.
36.5 degrees. Good luck with your discharge.
She just turned nurse's cap, walks to the door, and slides it open. Ugh. We stay at the hospital, and after returning to Lincoln City, work has almost numbed every cell in my body. But I don't dare to stop. I'm afraid that in the middle of the night, those scenes branded into my memory will find me and tear my consciousness into fragments. When the long passage of time softens that pain, I find the courage to look at the southeastern waters when passing along the coast. A part of me seems to have vanished with Raphael. This emptiness has forced me to float aimlessly. Every word he spoke during our farewell, those fleeting expressions burst through the floodgates of my memory. They replay endlessly in my mind. One day I realized I should have asked him if his seagulls needed to be fed. Even though they might never see Raphael return. Oh! After nearly a month of living in a daze, I finally opened the door to Mo Art Studio. Raphael's unfinished paintings need to be moved to a storage room where temperatures and humidity are precisely controlled. Thomas can't do it by himself. I volunteered to help him organize, and we worked together to move them around. The number of Raphael's unfinished paintings is staggering. We spent 3 hours organizing before finally storing the canvases. I didn't realize he had so many sketches.
Artists driven by inspiration are like that. They'll make a few brushstrokes when it strikes, and continue when they're in the mood.
Thomas hurriedly glances at his watch.
It's getting late. I need to head home, but please contact me if you hear anything from Raphael.
I can't bring myself to look at him. Yesterday I lied to Thomas and said Raphael wanted to isolate himself on an island for a creative retreat. He won't be in Lincoln for a while. One lie needs another to keep it whole, yet the countdown to this ordeal's end is nothing to be found. I'll call him every day until he can't take it anymore. Then he'll probably come back.
He has several exhibitions coming up. I hope he can make it back in time.
Yeah, same.
I'll head out now. You should go home.
Alright. After Thomas leaves, I can't bring myself to go. I remain seated in the middle of the studio for a long time. I stare at the massive unfinished painting on the wall. The sea breeze gently stirs the gauze curtains. I remember when I first met Raphael, he was working on this painting. Back then, it was only a single layer of colour, but most of it is already done. My memories take on the bluish violet hues of the painting, the soft whispers of brushstrokes against the canvas resound in my ears. Raphael perched on a tall ladder and applying each brushstroke with deliberate care. Although his progress was slow, his attention to detail was extraordinary. He worked on each brushstroke with an intense focus. He seemed to forget himself, and he didn't even notice me standing behind him. I wonder what this painting will look like when it's finished. No one can give me an answer. Desolate moonlight shines on me, and my lonely shadow has nowhere to hide. I know I'm only deceiving myself. No matter how long I stay here, Raphael isn't going to appear. I brought this upon myself. Before leaving, I take one last look at the empty studio and whisper to someone who isn't there. Bye. Oh, stop. Info, why? Oh. This is so sad. It's gotten so depressing. Colourful lanterns light up the market near White Sand Bay. Taking a shortcut, I pass through the busy street. On the beach next to it, students are playing with sparklers. They glitter against the night sky. I occasionally hear bursts of clear laughter. Pedestrians pass by me, sharing. Steaming hot street food, spicy savoury aroma fill the entire area. Dazed, I walk through it all, the scenes come in and out of focus. Two children pass by me and I stop in my tracks. There's a familiar fish scooping stall before my very eyes. My mind slowly begins to function again. I've been here before. The sign still displays those familiar words: in the Sea of Lemuria, to save the final flammula in the world. I look at the small pool where a bright-coloured flammula is slowly swimming along the edge.
Unfortunate. This species of fish can only survive for a week on land.
I move closer to the pool, squat down, and watch the flammula swim several laps. Since you're also from the sea, I pay the vendor for a fishing net and position myself along the flammula's swimming route. I aim, dip, scoop, and fail. The flammula was leisurely swimming, suddenly launches itself as if it were doing a 100-meter sprint. It zigzags through the water to avoid my net. Why are you so fast? Ugh. How did he catch it back then? I try to remember Raphael's technique from that time. When the flammula swims into a corner, I use the narrow space to my advantage. I block its path with the net and scoop it up in one swift motion. It works. I catch the proud flammula while it is showing off in the pool. Raphael, look, I did it. I turn, but no one's there. I can only look at the unobstructed path along the street that leads to the coast. The bustling crowd comes and goes, but you won't appear again. No one will show me how to catch fish and tell me what the red thing fish is called. I look at small fish in my net. Its breathing is shallow, and its stomach rises and falls as if it's struggling to stay alive.
The fish is gonna slip away, you know.
Yes! Startled, I turned around again and looked towards the source of the voice. With his arms crossed, Raphael stands behind me. He's just like when we first met. Raphael. Memory and reality combine to form a complete picture. It's as if nothing had ever happened. Yes, it's as if I didn't force him to leave. It's like he's never been away from me. My grip on the net loosens, and the flummeler uses this last chance to dive towards the hole. I frantically reach for it, but Raphael is faster. He gently cups the small fish in his hand.
That was close. It's pretty silly for trying to return to its cage.
The vendor hands over a container. Raphael carefully places the flummeler into the water before tenderly touching the fish's forehead. The fish gracefully sways its tail to create a string of water droplets. It's livelier compared to when it was in the pool.
Should I take this one home too? I wonder if Reddy needs a new friend. Or I could just return it to the sea.
My ice-cold fingertips take longer than usual to register the warmth of his skin. Are you really, Raphael?
Yeah, the real deal. If you don't believe
How is he so damn
you can
calm?
pinch me to make sure.
Without hesitation, I pinch his cheeks with all my might.
Ow! Why would you do that?
You said to. It's really you.
Well, duh. Who else would it be? But I guess it's understandable. After being separated for 5,000 years, it's only natural for you to forget me.
What? My brain is overloaded with emotions, so I can't distinguish fact from fiction. I'm willing to believe whatever Raphael said.
Please don't actually believe that. Anyway, I was just trying to lighten the mood. So, did I get a chuckle out of you? That's what you get for sending me away against my will. This payback isn't too harsh, yeah?
I shake my head, my body unconsciously falling forward. Raphael moves faster than me. He takes a step to catch me in his arms. I lean against his shoulder and feel tears starting to fall from my eyes. They slightly sing. It's a little mean, but you're not old or a 5,000-year-old fish. I'll let it slide.
You were worried about that, huh?
Raphael gently pats my back and careful restraint to soothe me. He rests his chin on my shoulder and leans towards my ear.
Don't you have something else to say to me?
I tighten my grip as the joys of having him back in my life overflowing up. Welcome back, Raphael. White sand-bathed sea is gentle. It blows away the dust that has settled on my heart. The fragmented longing I felt since our separation finally surges forth and washes over the man who's real, tangible, and standing before me. By the way, I fed the seagulls at your beach, but I couldn't find the cookies we used last time. They didn't eat a lot.
They get picky when I'm not around. I'll have to scold them once I'm home.
Also, I organised your paintings with Thomas. We couldn't tell which ones were pieces you planned on to keep working on, so we stored everything.
Yeah. I'll go through them again for the next exhibition.
And heart beats and waves intermingle as he tightens his arms around me. I'm almost enveloped in his embrace.
Enough. If we keep talking, I'm actually gonna be emotional. You were the one who told me to leave. But for some reason, it feels like I was the one who abandoned you.
Dusk gradually darkens as the tide recedes. Suddenly, a restless sea breeze sweeps across the shore. Well, let me say one last thing.
It better be the last thing, cutie.
You haven't gone to Waychase Island yet, right? Everyone is worried about you. The old butler is staying there to look after.
Alright. I'll put everyone's minds at ease. And resolve some issues while I'm at it.
Seemingly sensing my unease return, he gently takes my hand to convey a silent reassurance through the calm sea air. fading sunlight sinks into the waves, and only the tide's refrain repeats before night falls. Oh. Rain cascades onto the city. The night scenery is transformed into a pile of neon colours. The square is nearly void of pedestrians. Only hunters wearing uniforms, busy coordinating their movements, are hurrying back and forth. Only one magnetic field anomaly remains. It's expected to be cleared tonight. Then the city will return to normal. But just as everything is about to be wrapped up, the magnetic field that had dissipated reappeared in a more hidden crevice. And it starts to expand once again. Oh. Okay, interesting. Interesting, what is happening? Is that the end of our chapter? Oh, it's not! Okay. Okay, let's go. The elevator doors open once again. Kalia stares at the man who arrives a moment too late. Lucius. Oh, this is to do with the team now. Lucius gives her a polite yet distant nod of acknowledgement before stepping into the elevator. Instantly, the space feels claustrophobic.
Was the meeting announced
on
not this short notice because the Fountain of Atay reached a breakthrough?
Oh, we're back to this again.
An actual worthwhile discussion would be how Gaia Biotech used massive resources without even a trace of Whale Falls City to make up for it.
Whoops.
Don't blame me for what those opportunists did.
Kalia stares at the numbers flashing overhead and makes no effort to hide the satisfaction in her eyes.
So long as it helps her awaken faster, I'm willing to let anyone become her side dish.
Lucius narrows his eyes. He'll try extracting one final piece of information.
You've encountered her?
A lost child needs a little bit of guidance to find the right path. Otherwise, I'm afraid the price you'll pay, Professor Lucius, will be greater than just the Fountain of Atay.
Goodness gracious, I hate this woman. I don't like this woman. Robert, I hate this rock. It's pissing me off. That's me and this woman. Robert. Her final words still hang in the air as the elevator doors open. With no response from Lucius, Kalia's enthusiasm decreases. When she finally turns to see the laboratory before her, she belatedly mutters a curse under her breath.
Put away your pointless enthusiasm, Kalia.
Oh, Kalia's an
The time to guide her is already gone.
Electronic displays diffuse and intertwine throughout space. Meanwhile, figures both virtual and real have already taken their positions. Only 2 empty spots remain. The old man in the center appears to have left his hospital room. Beside him is a screen that's significantly larger than the control
Regardless
console.
of the cost, we must make her return immediately.
Aren't we being too hasty? Everyone present is clearly...
She walks forward, flickering inorganic screen. Her slender fingers tap on several silent figures.
Unprepared.
Time is running out. The grand eradication is almost upon us.
Everything is silent, as if those words stole the voices of the people in the room. Time passes, and Lucius, the first to break this... Part of me is the first to break the silence.
Already? According to the latest decryption of the signals from Deepspace, I thought we'd at least need...
Yes, the hunters have resolved most of the magnetic field anomalies. However, those are merely the planet's last desperate gasp for survival. The rules cannot be reversed. As for the signals, we've never been able to decode the most crucial section. It led to our incorrect estimation of how much time we had.
On the holographic screen, the photognetic field collapses, deconstructs, and reconfigures. It's like a jigsaw puzzle missing countless pieces.
After a brief cessation, the magnetic field anomalies will converge and burst again. This confirms the warning in the signals. The grand eradication is here.
What, already?
Oh my. What are we going to do? I still haven't witnessed the full extent of her power.
Girl, are you wanting to die?
If I die without knowing the truth, I'll have regrets.
Girl, what's the point in that if you don't have time anyways?
Then make yourself useful and contribute something better than your own self-interest.
Professor, you don't need to be so riled up. I just wanted to...
Enough. Save your bickering for later. Once we've emerged as the victors, you'll have all the time in the world to argue.
Old man clasps his hands together, his thoughts drifting into a distant place.
We can't wait any longer. There's no more time. This is our only chance.
How much time have they got left, though? That's the thing. Are we talking like hours, minutes, days? Despite being shrouded in night, the town remains lively. On an observation deck facing the street, several people sit outside the range of the streetlights. Careful not to draw my attention, they speak in hushed tones. Xavier stands with his hands in his pocket and listens quietly. The third protocol's call is specifically designed for extreme situations. When activated, every backtracker must be informed. It doesn't matter if they're part of the procedure or still waiting to honour their oath. It's a simple matter of giving a warning. A raised inflections betray the hidden anxiety that one of the backtrackers can't suppress. Xavier doesn't rush them. Stars awaken in the night sky only to be quickly veiled by drifting clouds. In a daze, he thinks he hears the night's oath again. He turns to seek the gaze which is always by his side, yet he only sees the road he once walked. The night's darkness has swallowed it whole. The mindless monsters remain frozen. The street lamp's light shines through the hole in its chest, where black ice shards have pierced it. Zane adjusts his gloves. Are we going through all of them? Zane adjusts his gloves, then he takes a step. He raises his hand. The light bursting from his palm strikes the twisted figure lunging at him from the darkness. Has he gone Dawnbreaker again? As the last trace of Metaflux dissipates, Zane flexes his fingers. The world's errors are increasing exponentially. He can no longer predict where the rules will begin to collapse. The wind rustles where leaves rustles the leaves, and he reaches to tighten his scarf, but he finds nothing around his neck. A hazy instant of disorientation seizes his consciousness. It's seemingly urging him towards the brightly lit area in the distance, but an energy disturbance pulls him back to reality. The dark figure lingers for only a second before turning and vanishing into the night. The ocean reflects fragmented images of the moon. With no wind tonight, the weather should have been perfect. Yet, in the deep sea, thousands of marine creatures hang suspended, upside down, they're dead. According to the old butler, this has been happening in multiple regions over the past few days. There is no sign of human interference, nor is it a natural disaster. It's more like an indiscriminate extinction from a higher plane of existence. Oh. Raphael closes his eyes to dispel the fatigue from his hasty journey to Wavecast Chaser Island. He seems to hear the ancient prophecies echoing from the tome of the sea god again. The mark his The mark beneath his collarbone faintly burns if Raphael turns to look into the distance. At the horizon, the sea and the sky blend into one. A storm is slowly brewing. Silas! The Zion Hunt's after effects should have lingered for a longer period in this chaotic darkness, but the vermin on the street have been unusually on edge ever since then. A poison called danger has seeped into the air. Even the unusual prospective inhabitants here can't identify its source. The only one who might know it, perhaps, the only one who might know it is perhaps Silas. Oh. The violent disturbance passes impeded through the Deepspace tunnel. It obfuscates and jumps within his right eye. The source, lurking and interfering, is at the other end of that tunnel. Dealing with it will be troublesome. Silas contemplates whether his fragile celestial body can still withstand such concept. Celestial? Interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Pain seeping and corroding one's bones might not drive one into madness, but it's certainly unpleasant. And then we've got Caleb. Fast-paced fleet ship speeds through a field of, oh gosh, asteroids and casts chaotic, blurry images of chaotic dust and planetary fragments across the holographic screen. The control console flashes with dark blue light. A check of the spaceship's condition has been initiated. Passing through the field of micrometadroids has caused the vessel to sustain 6 impacts. Surface abrasions detected, but structure remains undamaged. Caleb looks away and spreads his fingers to rotate the holographic star map. To evade a magnetic field storm, the vessel entered an uncharted route and unexpectedly discovered a new part of the Deepspace. HQ has carefully reminded him that no contingency protocols were prepared for this region. Red signal fluctuations dance across the screen as the Colonel cuts off the comms channel with HQ. He passes activate without any hesitation. He's just like, nope, straight going into that one. The vessel's pause ends and heads into the deep space tunnel's unknown depths. The brilliant celestial body provides humanity with the most generous cradle. However, it has never once promised eternity. The brilliant celestial body provides billions of years are carved into its pulsating body to allow the most brilliant civilization in the universe to rise. And now, grandeur and destruction are equally fleeting. He turns towards the next section without any sentiment. It turns towards the next section without any sentiment, carrying countless scars. It shall meet an absolute destruction or a brilliant rebirth. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. We got another one? Oh, cool. Okay, so I think that's the end of the chapter, but we'll do these ones. That is interesting. So we're gonna get some proper, like, hopefully in the next main stories we're gonna get some, like, action, like, some... I wonder if we're gonna get Silas's ones next, and Caleb's. They seem to set up something for them too. Hopefully Zane hasn't gone full Dreamwalker, Doorbreaker again.
Lemuria's seas will never dry up.
This should be.
Come, my shark is hungry.
Let's just say I think Deepspace is entering its Avengers Doomsday arc.
Let's see what trick it has up its sleeve.
You aren't so bad yourself.
What an eyesore.
Impatient, are we?
Come, my shark is. Here's our
hungry.
Raphael.
Yeah, I hear you. That wasn't so tough now, was it?
It's over.
Alright, back we go. I think it's 3. I'm gonna have to go in a minute anyway, so I'll probably, worst case, I'll finish off these fights off camera. I'll do this one and then I'll probably end stream here depending, and then I'll finish these off camera, and if there's any more then I'll do another stream next week or the end of Sunday depending. God.
About time I get some exercise. Come, my shark is. Here's our chance.
Bring it on.
I'll take it down in one go. Back up. Let's see what trick it has up its sleeve. Pathetic. I was just warming up.
I'll show you.
You were too close to come. My shark is. Here's our chance. Retreat for now. We'll beat it up later. Nice. Don't push yourself. That wasn't so tough now, was it?
There we go.
It's over.
Right. And on that note, I'm gonna finish the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a really interesting main story. I think we're going into a big arc of this game now, which is going to be fascinating to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Either if it's Love and Deepspace, it's going to be if there's a bit more of the story left. If not, then I think I'm going to be doing I think probably maybe The Sims or something like that. I do want to go back to The Sims, so I'll probably do something like The Sims stream, because big things are happening on that one. And I will do some with we'll go back to Veilguard as well. We'll be doing Veilguard on Twitch, and I'll be doing Sims on